Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach, and today we are continuing with our Mage class guide for Dark Souls Remastered. Today we're going to cover the Gaping Dragon boss. The boss fight itself is pretty straightforward, however there is one big thing you have to do before you go anywhere near the boss fog, and that is to take out the Gaping Dragon's little simp who hangs out on the balcony above the boss arena. So I'm just starting off from the depths bonfire to show you how to get there, just in case you did miss him. There is ways that you can get to the boss, like for example if you went via the giant rat, you can miss this guy entirely, and believe me, I've played this game a million times and I sometimes still forget about him. So there is a channeler just on top of the ledge just overlooking the boss fight, and the thing with channelers is that they have this aura, this buff. They do a little dance, they make a little love, they get down tonight, and they buff the Gaping Dragon significantly. Not only that, he will be hanging up here and he will be raining down magic soul arrows upon you as well. So it's just a bad time. You do not want to be fighting Gaping Dragon with this channeler still alive. So we're just coming up here. He usually doesn't come up the steps. We've just knocked him down the steps. He usually sort of chills at the bottom and you have to kind of go and tease him to get him to come down. But thankfully he came up the steps for me. But just basically, if he's not coming up the steps, bear in mind these three big rats are a terrible, terrible time. I don't know if I can maybe get this one with a heavy soul arrow before the others notice me. Nice. I don't know if this will... Is this too far? Yes! Right, we'll get this one. Run away! So basically, with that guy down, we are now free to challenge the Gaping Dragon, free of buffs and heckin' supporting fire. See, there's the boss arena just there. So I'm going to head down there now. Okay, here we are at the boss fog, ready to go in. Couple things. I did not kindle my bonfire. I probably should have done that. This is a boss that has quite a lot of HP, quite a lot of defense, so this fight could take a while. So if you get hit, if you make a few mistakes, like I have done on the way here, 4 Estus flasks is not a lot, especially because my Estus flask is not upgraded at all. If yours is also not upgraded, we need to try and get that sorted. We're now quite far through the game to be on base Estus. So I've got a video up in the cards for you above. If you don't know how to do that, it's using Firekeeper souls. So hopefully you didn't eat them and got more Estus flasks. Soul arrows, we are good. We've got 75. Heavy soul arrows, we've got 10. This is a boss that's quite slow, so we should get a lot of chances to use heavy soul arrow, especially if you follow my advice for the easiest way to lock in the Gaping Dragon's animations. So first of all, we're going to go through the fog wall and enjoy the cutscene. I am going to skip it, but you should enjoy it. Here we go, Gaping Dragon. So what we want to do at all times is try and hang around sort of just in front of him. You'll see him roar and then crash down like that. We're going to continue to hang around in front of him and then move out of the way just as he starts roaring again and he's doing like a charge, right? So you want to be a very safe distance away because the legs can still do a lot of AoE damage to you when he's doing that charge. I say he, I'm pretty sure this is a lady. I mean, look at it. So again, we're sort of this distance away from the boss until it decides to roar and sort of crash down. You will get melee a lot of the time. There we go, there's the roar, right out of the way. See, I was just about to say, I quite like to do a roll. Right, there's another roar. Roll well out of the way, and we've got time for a heavy solar arrow. Oh, I lost my target there for a second. And that is the loop. That is basically the loop. She will do things like she'll jump in the air. Oh, beautiful! And things like that. I feel like early on, she doesn't have very good aim, but I feel like as the fight goes on, her aim gets better. So we're going to hang out here, sort of like a decent way away, not like too close, because if you're too close, she'll do the melee like so. Just be aware of your surroundings at all times. See, I'm up against the wall now. Oh, thanks for breaking that pillar. That's actually really helpful. We've got time here just to get a couple of hits in, just as we're sort of kiting around the room. So even if you want to just do it this way, it's a little more... See, there we go. Look at that aim. She was coming at me. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry, I will try and get one thought out before I start another thought. But yeah, so you do have time to get a few little soul arrows in, just as you're kiting around the room. But it's a bit more risky because obviously you have to stand still and cast while you're doing a soul arrow. So I quite like to try and bait the charge. And you've got plenty time just to chill around the back and get some safe hits in. The jump, right? What I quite like to do with the jump is make sure my target is unlocked. And I literally just follow her into the air like that. Like literally, I can see exactly how far she's going. And at the apex of the jump, just as she's starting to come back down, I like to do a little roll just out the way. It's a similar thing. It reminds me of when Smo does his jump. We'll get that much later on. So are we gonna get a charge now? So we hang out here, right? Doing another oh no, you're going back up again. Probably because there isn't much room for a charge here. But if we hang out here, we're going to get you to charge? Perfect. Okay, so a couple of rolls out the way. Time for a nice heavy soul arrow. Now, it's not really going to affect this character much because we're a mage, but if you do enough damage to the tail and you cut off the tail, it does have a special weapon. Right, there's the jump, just making sure we're nowhere near that. Dragon Great Axe, if you're going for platinum, you want like all the special weapons, you want to make sure you get the dragon tail cut off. Obviously it doesn't have a target lock, so you're going to have to free cast to get it. It's a little tricky as a mage, but if you follow sort of like what I'm doing, get him to charge and you can get around the back. Perfect, right? Again, during the charge, stay well away from the legs. Ah, we missed. I say we, I definitely missed. You guys did great. There we go. So that was 2 heavy soul arrows to get the tail off. Something like heavy soul arrow, which does a lot of damage, will get that tail off, no bother. Oh, I was in a really bad position there. Dreaming away. And yeah, like I said, Gaping Dragon has a lot of health, a lot of defense, but we're slowly whittling it away. It's a marathon, not a sprint. The big thing that I have not mentioned, hey, you've got no tail. You're trying to do a tail swipe with no tail. There you go. If you cut off the tail, it's 1 less attack to worry about. You can hang around near the butt to your heart's content. Is that there is a sheer drop at the back of this arena, just here. Oh, are you jumping? No, you're good. Right. Just here, so always be aware of your surroundings. There is a sheer drop and you can just walk right off of it. Well, if there isn't a more terrifying sight. Oh my god. That was pretty cool. Yeah, so be aware of that. Don't roll off the edge. And also be aware, like, even if you're nowhere near the edge, you don't want to roll into these, like, cracks in the wall and get stuck there, especially while Gaping Dragon is charging at you. But yeah, really slow fight, really telegraphed really well. You're wanting to, like, wait for your moment and just watch the roars. Really slow, really well telegraphed. We're a mage, so we're like finding this really easy. If you didn't have a lot of soul arrows, I wasn't actually keeping track on how many soul arrows I've used. Hopefully you have enough. Okay, when you get to a certain HP, like I want to say it's around like 20% HP, she will start barfing like this, and the puke does do damage to you. So just as always, we're a cowardly mage and we stay as far away as possible. That was her last attack. That's all she does. Big things that catch me out are going too close to the legs while she's charging, rolling off the flippin' cliff, and not watching her as she jumps through the air, because sometimes she can cover like crazy distance. But keep all those in mind, and this fight is really easy, really. Oh, and also the channeler. As long as the channeler's dead, you're fine. It's quite hard to fight it with the channeler alive. But yeah, there you go. That was your Mage's Guide to the Gaping Dragon. I hope it was able to help you. If you have any more tips, feel free to share them in the comments below. What's your favorite class to take through this game? I like the Mage, but I feel like it gets way more fun like later in the game. If you like the video, then I like you. Subscribe for more Dark Souls and Fromsoftware game videos, and I'll see you in those ones.